The world often feels like a stage for tragedy, where we are mere actors reading from a script we didn't write. But in the annals of dark fantasy, few works capture the raw, unvarnished agony of the human condition like Kentaru Miura's Berserk. It is more than a story about a man with a massive sword. It is a profound philosophical inquiry into what it means to exist when the universe itself seems to want you dead. In this exploration, we confront the crushing weight of causality through the protagonist's guts. We will examine how stripping away hope allows one to find the raw will to endure, providing that even when the light of the world has completely burned out, the struggle itself defines us. At the heart of Berserk lies the concept of causality, the idea that all events are predetermined by a higher, often cruel, logic. The God Hand represents the cosmic determinism, treating human lives as mere threads in a tapestry woven by indifferent gods. For gods, life began in the shadow of death, born from a corpse in the mud. His journey suggests that we are all born into causality, into systems, families, and tragedies we did not choose. Most people in the world of Berserk succumb to this weight, seeking comfort in religion or the charisma of leaders like Griffith. But Guts is the struggler. He represents the anomaly in the machine, the individual agency that survives a world designed to crush it. The Golden Age arc of Berserk concludes with the Eclipse, an event of monstrous betrayal that serves as the ultimate existential threshold. Griffith, the beacon of hope for his comrades, sacrifices them all to achieve his own godhood. In this moment, Guts loses everything: his friends, his health, and his purpose. This is the darkest abyss. Most existential philosophers, from Nietzsche to Camus, argue that for a person to truly find their own meaning, they must first experience the death of God, or the total collapse of their external support systems. By stripping away hope, Berserk forces Guts to find something deeper, a raw, primal will to endure. He doesn't survive because he believes in a better tomorrow. He survives because he refuses to let the abyss win. Guts' sword, Dragon Slayer, is too big, too thick, and too heavy to be called a sword. It is a heap of raw iron. In an existential sense, the Dragon Slayer is the physical manifestation of Guts' trauma and his will, the weight of memory. Every time Guts swings that blade, he is carrying the weight of his fallen comrades, the tool of defiance. It is the only thing that can hurt the transcendent beings of the God Hand. The cost of agency. To wield such power, Guts must sacrifice his own body, illustrating that individual agency in a hostile world comes at a staggering physical and mental cost. The fabled myth of Sisyphus, who was condemned to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity only for it to roll back down, finds its modern echo in Guts. Guts' life is a cycle of endless battles against spirits and demons that hunt him every night due to the brand of sacrifice. However, as Albert Camus famously wrote, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. Why? Because the struggle itself is enough to fill a man's heart. Guts finds meaning, not in a final victory, which seems impossible against the God Hand, but in the act of swinging the sword one more time. This proves that the struggle itself constitutes our humanity. To struggle is to be alive. To surrender is to become a ghost. While Guts begins his journey as a black swordsman, fueled only by rage, the story eventually shifts. He realizes that a man cannot survive the abyss alone. He gathers a new party: Farnese, Serpico, Shirke, and Isidro. The transition highlights a vital existential lesson. Shred vulnerability. By protecting Casca and accepting help from others, Guts regains his lost humanity. Creating value. In a world of indifferent gods, we must create our own light through connection and empathy, the bonfire of dreams. Just as a single spark is easily extinguished, a bonfire built from the small dreams of many can hold back the darkness of the night. Berserk is a mirror. We may not fight literal demons or carry 6-foot swords, but we all face the crushing weight of causality in the form of grief, systemic injustice, or personal failure. The lesson of gods is not that we will always win, but that we must always struggle. Even when the light of the world has completely burned out, we have the capacity to ignite a fire from within. Our agency is not defined by our circumstances, but by our response to them. As you navigate your own darkest abyss, remember the brand on your neck and the sword in your hand. Like gods, you are a struggler, and in that struggle, you are most human.
He walks through ash and rain, a blade too big to break. One I read with war, the other holds the pain. Iron in his bones, a curse that knows